smashed mirror, as if someone couldn't stand to look at themselves. The monster. Journal's author, maybe? Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. A spoon key. Sophisticated crafting. Tag bears a description. White's a true collector. White's obsessed, a real collector, thoroughbred. Skeletons. Doubt they came here willingly. This have anything to do with the curse? None shall sit and dine with you at your table. It'd make sense. No claw or fang marks. Probably choked to death. Broken neck, indentation in the skull's lateral surface, smacked in the head with something heavy. Right arm bit right off, teeth all knocked out. Somebody tried to force feed him. Woman's name scratched into this wooden spoon. Romantic. Actually does seem like a White's lair. Bit atypical, but still. Cauldron should be somewhere around here. Spoon, pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. Cauldron I was looking for. White's not particularly tidy. White's obsessed, a real collector, thoroughbred. Spoon, pretty ordinary, maybe a little old. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. Table's set. White, who lives here, is getting ready for some sort of feast. White that lives here, definitely afflicted by a curse, and it's been trying desperately to lift it. Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. Regis needs some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron. White's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred. Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Thousands of them here. White's been a collector for years.
not gonna hurt you. Wanna help? I've seen the words of the curse on the walls. Think I know how to lift it. You tried to bring folk here, convince them to sit at the table with you, right? Well, I'm gonna be your guest now. Your willing guest. Just need a bit for Regis. And now we'll tend to you.
Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror.
Been searching for the right spoon for years, right? The curses can be tricky. The key to this one just might be that you can't eat with your own spoon. That's why we've swapped. This isn't right. I missed something? Listen, gonna stand up real slow. Gotta search the house again. Sit tight, I'll be right back. Calm down.
Damn it, didn't work. Ate that vile stuff for nothing. Got the brew for Regis at least. Can't do anything for the white though, except cut it down. White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred. Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred. Thousands of them here. Pretty ordinary. White's been a collector for years. Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. We can't use spoons. No, that won't work. You've been looking for a spoon that would feed you, but there's no such spoon. We need to eat without spoons. Open your eyes. You need to see your likeness. Think it worked. Just not quite like I expected. Need to see what happened to the white. Won't be hard to find given its stench. Easy. Not gonna hurt you.
Eat. I must eat.
take you someplace safe. So I took her by the hand and led her here. Seemed the only sensible place for her.
You did the right thing, sir. She should recover quickly here. Don't worry, sir. I shall see to everything. She is safe here and in good hands. She'll soon be back on her feet.
Might actually take a while. She hadn't eaten anything in over 100 years when I found her.
Horrid. Whatever brought this about?
Told me her story on the way here. Her name's Marlena. She was once the very beautiful and proud heiress to the Trastamara estate. One evening, when she was holding a banquet for friends, a beggar came to her gate seeking alms. He had a bowl and a spoon with him. He sat outside her fence and waited.
I've heard of the custom. An ancient rite of hospitality that obliges one to give food and drink to such a guest lest he depart hungry. To neglect the custom is to bring great misfortune down upon oneself.
Marlena didn't care a whit for the old customs. She drove the man off, saying she'd rather feed the leftovers from her feast to her dogs than to give the beggar anything. The beggar then broke his spoon, cast a curse. She was beautiful, so he said she'd never wish to look at herself in the mirror again. Since she adored feasts, he swore no one would ever wish to sit and dine with her. And as she even refused him the crumbs from her table, he swore she'd never find a spoon in the world that would sate her hunger.
A harsh punishment. I imagine lifting the curse was hardly simple.
Curses are tricky. They play on irony. Always gotta figure out what the catch is. Marlena had spent decades looking for a way to lift it. Transformed into a wight, she stole spoons and lured folk into her home, trying each time to get them to dine with her. Didn't work.
So what did?
Someone had to sit down and share a meal with her, of their own free will. They had to eat without using spoons, and make her look at her reflection.
That's it? That was all it required?
Simplest solutions are sometimes the last that come to mind. Besides, when you're a wight, it's pretty damn hard to find willing human company for a feast.
I imagine so. But, most importantly, it is now over. Please, don't worry. She will be in good hands here.
All right. You know what I just found interesting is I think the beggar is Gontaro Diem. He's acronym God. Jesus. This game has a full 360. Let me just quickly go ahead and okay, so we're back. I just did a quick research here. It says, did Gontaro Diem curse fuck, I can't say it. Merlina? She's the girl that's eating right now. So the white from Blood and Wine DLC. After players lift the curse and brings her to Cavo Bianco, starts conversation with a majordomo telling him about the white.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Thank you. So tasty. Oh, so good.
Shh.
Eat.
I'll take you someplace safe. So I took her by the hand and led her here. Seemed the only sensible place for her.
You did the right thing, sir. She should recover quickly here. Don't worry, sir. I shall see to everything. She is safe here and in good hands. She'll soon be back on her feet.
Might actually take a while. She hadn't eaten anything in over 100 years when I found her.
Horrid. Whatever brought this about?
Told me her story on the way here. Her name's Marlena. She was once the very beautiful and proud heiress to the Trastamara estate. One evening, when she was holding a banquet for friends, a beggar came to her gate seeking alms. He had
This
a
is
bowl and a spoon.
Controdium.
He sat outside her fence and waited.
I've heard of the custom. An ancient rite of hospitality that obliges one to give food and drink to such a guest lest he depart hungry. To neglect the custom is to bring great misfortune down upon oneself.
Marlena didn't care a whit for the old customs. She drove the man off, saying she'd rather feed the leftovers from her feast to her dogs than to give the beggar anything. The beggar then broke his spoon, cast a curse. She was beautiful, so he said she'd never wish to look at herself in the mirror again. Since she adored feasts, he swore no one would ever wish to sit and dine with her. And as she even refused him the crumbs from her table, he swore she'd never find a spoon in the world that would sate her hunger.
A harsh punishment. I imagine lifting the curse was hardly simple.
Curses are tricky. They play on irony. Always gotta figure out what the catch is. Marlena had spent decades looking for a way to lift it. Transformed into a wight, she stole spoons and lured folk into her home, trying each time to get them to dine with her. Didn't work.
So what did?
Someone had to sit down and share a meal with her, of their own free will. They had to eat without using spoons, and make her look at her reflection.
That's it? That was all it required?
Simplest solutions are sometimes the last that come to mind. Besides, when you're a wight, it's pretty damn hard to find willing human company for a feast.
I imagine so. But, most importantly, it is now over. Please, don't worry. She will be in good hands here.
This is like so good. It's unreal how good this is. So
Thanks.
let me just
Gotta get back to my business now.
hold on.
See
Let
you
me just
soon.
explain you the backstory for this. So this is the Blood and Wine DLC, by the way. This is the house for Geralt, essentially. The game is insane. Like CD Projekt Red, my god, you guys are crazy. Like one of the best storytellers in the world, I would say. Like in terms of making a game. So what this person got cursed. Essentially, she was a wight, and she was cursed by a beggar. But it wasn't really a beggar. Spoilers warning. I'm gonna give you about 5 seconds to get out before I do major spoilers for the Heart and Stone DLC. So anyways, as I was saying, she came across a beggar and she was like super entitled because she was rich, you know, she was very pretty, and you know, the world came to her, you know, she never had to ask for anything. So she had this thing where a beggar came, and it's not really a beggar, it's Gontaro Diem. And Gontaro Diem is the main character of the not the Heart and Stone. Oh, sorry, yeah, the Heart and Stone. He's the anti-hero, or not the anti-hero, I would say. He's the devil, I would say. he's the enemy, basically. He's the person who you're supposed to kill or outwit, right? Gontaro Diem. Now, the game says, now this is my theory, the game says he's the devil, right? Gontaro Diem is the devil because he does such bad things to humans and such bad things to people. But I don't think after this interaction, I really don't think he is a devil. I feel like he is the god of the world. It literally says in his name, Gontir ODM, right? The acronym stand for God. God, essentially. he's essentially the highest power within the Witcher universe. And he can stop time. He can, he can basically manipulate reality. Essentially, he has control over everything. So why this matters is that that lady that I basically lifted the curse off of, and if you were watching, I wasn't really talking this entire time because I was focused on the game, is when I lifted the curse, essentially what happened is she was cursed by Gontaro Diem because she refused to essentially give him food, right? And like you saw, she refused to give the person food, and essentially, or the beggar food, and in return, the beggar basically broke his spoon and threw away his pan, and she didn't just refuse. She was like, I much rather not give you the leftovers that I have that I'm gonna just throw away, and I much rather give that to a dog than if I were to feed it to you. And so Gontaro Diem, essentially, who's the beggar, who's dressed as the beggar, he cursed her. He's like, you can't sort of look at yourself. Or there was a riddle. If you go back and scroll, essentially go back to the go back to the curse where I was trying to figure it out. I was trying to basically read on the curse, and essentially clicked on me the very last time I heard it. I was like, oh wait, if you have no person to sit with who's willing to sit with you and have dinner, and no spoon shall fill you, you can fill yourself by not using a spoon. And then when you so my theory was, when she goes to drink her soup from the plate without a spoon, she's gonna see a reflection of her on the water, similar, or on the soup base, which was kind of stupid on me because soups are not reflective in its nature, but from certain angles any liquid can be reflective. But once she drank all of her soup, you saw that she was able to see the reflection of her on the plate that she had, on the silverware she had. And when she saw that she had lifted her curse because someone had already sat with her, she was filled because she didn't use a spoon, and she saw her reflection on not in a mirror, but on a plate, on the silver plate. Now this is so good. This is such good story writing, my lord. And the thing is, right, I messed up the first time by choosing the wrong sort of interaction. But I think really this game is absolutely insane in terms of its story writing. The next time I go into a game that's heavily story based, it's I'm gonna be thinking twice, or have a new sort of standard, and it's crazy how good the game is. So essentially, I'm gonna read a journal entry from, and I think you will come across the journal entry if you scroll back and pause the video. So it says, there's a decaying letter by the dinner table that states it was a mirror merchant. Remember, Gontaro Diem is the master of mirrors. Dear Master Lavizer, this is Merlena. She's the cursed lady, and she's writing this to, I assume, a superior of her, or someone who she could ask for help. And it says, I know you track outlaws for pay, as I'm assuming this is a police officer maybe. I have an unusual assignment for you. No doubt you wonder why I have drawn you out here, and why we can't meet in person. You see, in my present situation, any kind of meeting is very risky. So by this time, she was already turning into a a I don't know what how to say it's white. White, yeah, white. She was turning into a white. Afflicted by a curse, as I hope why I've turned to. The side effects of the medicine gave me some time ago by the herbalist, so she thought that a herbalist had cursed her. Soon after I visited the herbalist, she disappeared without a trace. I desperately wish to understand my illness, so I wish to hire you to find her. When you do, learn as much as you can from her and about the medicine she gave. If you have any if my suffering is a result of her wickedness, then make her provide an antidote. I assure you I have ample wealth and will reward you with no small part of it for your services. So just like look at the way she talks about so I track outlaws. So essentially she sees everyone else as below her, and she paid the ultimate price for it. And it is true irony that she went ahead and collected 1,000, more than like 2,000 spoons for over 100 years, or not 2,000, a lot of spoons for over 1,000 years, trying to find the exact, or 100 years, sorry, trying to find the exact spoon that can lift lift the curse. Like I have to say, Gonta Rodium has to be. He is the devil, but I think he is, to some degree, he is the actual creator of the Witcher universe. The reason why I say that is because you can see throughout the Heart and Stone DLC that Gonta Rodium sort of punishes people and sort of acts like a devil, but I really think he teaches people some sort of humility, or he's there to bring back humanity to its, like, you know, it's good, like the way that, fuck, I can't speak. He's there to essentially control, or not control, sorry, I can't think, my brain is going poo-poo. He's there to look over people that are too high of themselves. This is important because you have, in IRL, you have people who get away with a lot of things that they do, especially, you know, let's say you're famous or you're rich, and then you act down on people, and that's not good. Like, you don't want to do that. You want to have some form of humility. And same form in the Witcherverse, Gonta Rodium essentially creates that humility by either cursing you, worst case scenario, killing you, or in the case of Olgrid, which is the guy who we had to save in the end. You had the choice of saving him or, you know, killing him. He essentially caused a lot of people pain, and he had to pay the price by, you know, he wanted to get a lot of wealth. You know, he had 3 wishes from Gonta Rodium, and it turns out, like, you know, it's like the case with genies. Like, you know, the first 2 wishes are exorbitant, and then the third, and then that usually results in, you know, people keeping the last wish for a rainy day, and by the end, you know, the last wish is to, you know, wish you never met the genie, because your life is in such a hell place because you wished for all the things that you had. Right? So it's sort of a lesson. It really ties so well together. Like, I can't explain how much I love this game. It's so good. Like, I've been playing this game for 2 years, and, you know, only have, like, I'm gonna say only have 200 hours, because I think you can put a lot more hours into this game. It's crazy. Like, I sincerely have to say to CD Projekt Red, as much as there's bugs in this game, you guys have nailed the storytelling. And if other games sort of get this storytelling similar to how this is, my god, I'm astonished how good this is. It's crazy, dude. Yeah, that's my 2 cents. I'm gonna go continue playing on the game.
Come on, Roach.
Oh man, I wish there was a way. Stop broadcasting the audio. Audio is currently being combined into a single track. Maybe I should do a different track audio, because it's cutting out. Like, I think if I do, yeah, I think I might try it with just a single set of audio. But it's not because of the outer appearance of the inner strengths that Regis became your companion. True, he could be pretentious and rather pompous in his frequent length perorations. Perorations. What does that mean? Frequent length perorations. But one would be hard pressed to find him haughtiness usually present in higher beings. Regis valued human life dearly and refused to kill unless forced to do so. That is true. And he once confessed higher vampires do in fact need to drink blood, or do not in fact need to drink blood at all in order to survive. They treat it somewhat as we treat alcohol. A rough grasp of dynamic might be given to you by the fact that when we meet him, Regis has been abstinent for years. Oh, that's cool. He never revealed to us why he decided to join our search for Ciri. He had never met her before, nor did he live to see her. He died at Stag Castle during the battle against the Mad Mage Vilgefortz, who was responsible for the whole affair. He died for a cause which he surely did not fully understand, but he did it to defend those he held dear and simply because it was the right thing to do. That is true of Regis. He does do that. I shall always remember him as a rural surgeon seeking of herbs. That is how he came to us during our first encounter of Fancarin, Necropolis, when he treated me and my companions to a fantastic brew he made from mandrake root. Wherever you are, my friends, bottom up. So, let me put some context into this. So Regis is the guy we're going to meet soon. He is Geralt's friend, and he's a high vampire. So, Regis is... So essentially, and this is major spoilers for Witcher as well. So the entirety of the Witcher 3 game is you trying to find... Okay, I'm going to try to do it in a non-spoiler way, because I know you're watching Moment and you might someday want to play this game, because it is a really good game, like really, really good. So essentially, the premise of Witcher 3 is you're trying to find your daughter who is being hunted by these like really powerful elven meaning like otherworldly beings, and they want Ciri because Ciri has the ability or the power to teleport between dimensions. So the Witcher dimension essentially is so if you, and this is kind of scientific as well, and I love it for it because it's kind of scientifically accurate. Okay. Never mind. We came across them. I'll explain it a little bit later. Just give me a second. And the voice is cutting
For
out.
a nice broth.
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from their hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. A raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Pretty helpful creatures. Calling them often?
I try not to overdo it, but they can be so useful, as they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time should things go sour.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned a last ingredient, too. What about that?
That, I fear, might prove troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition.
Fish?
To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rabidity. That stands to be very, very dangerous.
Psychokinetic arousal. My god. Yes, Dark Souls after this. Dark Souls after this. Okay, I'm gonna do OBS because I think my voice is cutting out, or it's like stuttering. It's kind of